Hello everyone, my name is Lilian Silva. I'm the forage specialist for Clemson Universe, and today in this video I'll be talking more about forage legumes and their incorporation in forage systems. So today I'm inside a field where I have a mixture of triticale, red and crimson clover, and annual ryegrass. So this is a good opportunity to use a mixture that will improve, have a complementary forage growth. So you have a better distribution throughout the months, the cooler months of the year, but also having the clovers there will help to improve the quality that we have on that forage system, and that's going to improve the performance that the animals will have when consuming that forage. So when we have legumes in the system, legumes have higher quality, and in general they will have a good production as well. And they are also able to fix nitrogen from the air and put that nitrogen into the soil. And when they are planted in mixture or as a companion of other forages such as grasses, they can release some of that nitrogen that will be available for the grasses when they are growing. And that's going to help you to decrease the input of nitrogen on those systems, because that organic nitrogen will become available for the plants. So when we do that, we're going to be working on cutting some costs associated with the use of inorganic nitrogen, but also we will be enhancing the fertility and the quality of that soil. So this is something that is really interesting to do and to think about incorporating your systems when we're thinking about increasing the sustainability that we can have on forage systems. A few of the major concerns that the general public has been having when they talk about the animal industry and forage livestock systems. A couple of things always mentioned are degradation of pastures, forage stands, and also the emissions of greenhouse gases associated with those livestock systems, and also the industry, the animal industry. So we are currently working on get better estimates of the actual greenhouse gas emissions from these systems, and this is something that we still need to do some work through research, because we have a lot to learn and a lot to actually understand of the actual numbers for estimates from different diets and different livestock species, different livestock categories. So this is something that we're still working on, but also when we think about ways to improve the responses that we can have with forage systems, the ways that we can enhance the sustainability, the use of legumes is one of the options that we have. And the reason for this is because, like I said, they are going to be incorporating that nitrogen from the air into the system. So we're going to be cutting, reducing some of the off-farm inputs that we would generally be using. And also we'll be working on improving the quality that the animals are consuming, the diet quality that the animals are consuming, and all that helps with improving the sustainability that we have on that system. We do need to make sure that we're going to have the proper fertility on that soil before we plant the legumes. So this is very important for you to plan ahead of time to check the soil fertility and the soil pH. For pH, if you need to correct the pH, it's gonna take more time. Usually, depending if it's really low, it's gonna take some time for you to work on that. And lime takes time to be incorporating the soil to be able to raise that pH. So this is important to think ahead of time. Also think about the herbicides and their residue when you're applying some herbicides on an area that you're planning to incorporate legumes later, because this is gonna be something that will have an impact on the germination of the seeds later on. We can work on a proper, if you get your legumes well established, and then when you start to manage those systems, we can work on a way that we can optimize the efficiency of forage removal on that area, and also be working towards a proper excreted redistribution on that area. When I say this, I'm thinking about using rotational grazing with a proper resting period for those forages to be able to regrow throughout the season and to have their growth reestablished before the animals come in. I'm not talking about something really really long. I'm talking about probably 3 to 4 weeks for some periods of the cool season, and then when we're having a slower growth of the forage because of the temperatures, sometimes we need to wait around 5 weeks before we turn the animals in when we're actively grazing those pastures. So for this part, if you need to talk about how you should manage your system and how the recommendation should be for your system, you should reach out to your extension your local extension officer, your local extension agent, because you need to make sure that you're getting a recommendation that's going to be appropriate for your system. It's really different when you are able to get somebody that knows these aspects well and is going to be able to give you the proper recommendation versus something that you're just going to get a general recommendation, and this is going to impact your ability to manage your pastures well and also your profitability. So really reach out to your local extension agent for more information and for questions that you might have as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Appreciate your support, and go check out the other videos from Forage Drops.